We are live, kids.
We are live and welcome back. How are
Yeah.
you, girls? Yes, we have a very special story time for the kids tonight.
Y-
Raina,
yes.
it's been a long time coming, girl. Happy 420.
Happy 420.
So tonight we're going to be sharing with you guys. If you've been with us a while, you know we kind of alluded to the story time coming, and I really had to convince this whole over here to get on board and give. So we're finally coming to it. This is our first spell with me and my sister. Our first spell, our first ritual done together. And we're gonna give you most of the backseat, all of it, what it was for, all of it, girl. So to start, me and my sister go way back. Okay, we went through a trade training program, and that's where we met.
What year was
And
that?
it was we're timeless, bitch, so it
Yeah.
don't matter. We had met going through this trade training program, and I would say our initial like becoming friends, it was very cautious between both of us. I was a little bit more friendlier than my sister, but this whole
I am a cautious.
this whole
I am
cautious.
cautious. I am cautious, to say the least.
So we end up through a mutual friend, and bless her soul, she's no longer with us.
Oh, girl.
I know. Bless her soul, she's no
This
longer
is her
with us.
birthday
She
month,
introduced
actually.
us.
This is her birthday month.
It is. Oh, she's Aries, or she was Aries.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to Miss Girl.
Yes.
Yes, and I actually had a dream about her not too long ago, and I think I
Oh.
told you that piece, right?
Yeah,
I'll give
yeah.
you that piece. Um, we met through mutual friends, came together, and we kind of like started budding on more of a like purely platonic, just hang out. Then we started just learn, shipping each other's lingo, dialect. Girl, we used to speak in such tongues around all the straight girls. They didn't know what we were talking about. We used to talk about boys, honey, talk about, pulling. Because, see, back in the day, your girl was on her rise of just, yeah, very much being noticed, girl, very much having that awareness drawn to her, the natural charmer of the group. And so, yeah, we had our interactions, we had our secrets, we had our storylines with our art, and we ended up graduating the trade program. Now, when we got out of the trade program, I was dating someone, and that person introduced us to a mutual friend, Miss Eyebrows, honey, Miss Caterpillar Brow. But she's no longer with us in flesh. She's with us in spirit. But she had an apartment that she was renting out or whatever. So I end up becoming roommates with her and my boyfriend at the time.
Well, y'all weren't really roommates. You had your own apartment. You didn't share.
I did have my own place. Okay, the real tea was her mom owned a property, owned like property, and she had like a back. It was like a duplex, so she had like a bathroom, and then she had like another little. I want to say
like a hut. It was like a hut,
like a little hut, and that's where they were. So we had like our own room or whatever. We were paying rent, and everything. So during this time, a little shortly after, my sister followed. Like you follow, you finish your trade, right, and then you were out, and then you were planning on your next move. So me and my sister used to still hang out. Okay, yes, and she would come around.
Yes.
And we'll call her Brows. And Miss Brows, our mutual roommate, or she stayed over in her hut, she used to bring boys around. She used to bring boys around all the time. Different boys. And mind you, she had a boyfriend. Okay, so when her boyfriend would go to work, she would kind of have like other little affairs going on, and we would just be so like privy to this.
Yes.
And I remember my sister was kind of like, like this whole over here, because at this point we knew her, we knew Brows, and we knew her boyfriend. We were kind of cool. All of us were cool.
Yeah.
All of us were cool to a point. So it wasn't like, like either of us were sticking our nose in someone else's business. Like we were sitting and chilling with the boyfriend.
We've smoked. All of us have smoked.
We smoked with
like the first night that we met Brows, we met the boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I did.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly met the boyfriend before I met Brows because Brows came. Remember, it was your bae at the time, Brows, and you that picked me up that that night that I met Brows. If we want to go all the way back,
we're saying Brows because that's her nickname.
Yes,
Brows.
that is her trademark, honey. Her eyebrows. So
her eyebrows.
So we knew who Brows was and her man. Okay, so
and we'll give you some footnote keys. So in Brows, honey, if you ever come across this video, yeah, girl, we're laying all the shade on the table. So when we first met Miss Eyebrows, honey, she was a lot heavier at the time. Okay, we'll start there. And when our first ever just like this whole coming into our field of existence was her walking inside the door of another, like we were all hanging out at another friend's apartment, okay, just chilling. We were still in the program at this time. And Miss Queen, okay, Miss Brows comes in, bloodied, okay, not completely bloody, but cuts and scratches, the bruises on her face, busted lip,
shirt torn,
and her shirt torn, okay, torn. And that was like our first ever like when we she just came in the door, honey, of our friend's apartment, just bam, there she was.
That was the introduction.
Ooh. That was her intro to the season.
Isn't that
was her intro to the season. So yeah, it was from that moment that we knew it was like, and I knew, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a mess, honey. This one right here. And true to the nature, her birthday is this month too.
So is. So is.
So that was our first ever meeting of Brows. And from then, like, we found out what happened. It was like some other tea. And time had passed, so we were all cool. So we knew the boyfriend, and like we said, this new season of Miss Brows bringing these extra boys around when her boyfriend was at work or home, we knew, we were even hanging out with her little boos and shit. So there was one boo in particular that she brought over. And by this time, there was a lot of shade going on between Brows and us. Okay, just a little underhanded shit because her mom did own the property, so she kind of felt like, I mean, obviously it's your mom's property, so you're gonna feel some sort of entitlement to kind of being the overseer of the property or having it kind of go your way. So there was a little tension, little tensions happening, and it's natural with people living together. So me and my sister, honey, we got privy to, bitch, we need to shut this shit down. Like, you're getting a little too much over here, sweetie. You're pulling all these boys, and, you're just basically cheating on your man. So I was like, sis, I feel like you need to get one of these boys.
Well,
I think that's how I started. How did I start the conversation?
Well, I remember like this because when you gave me that phone call, because that was a phone call that you gave me. I was in school. I was in university at this time. I had just started university, and I was in the hallway when you gave me this tea. I remember that. And you told me that, it was some boy that Miss Brows had pulled that was just my type. And you was like, this motherfucker is cute. He looked kind of like a darker skin version of T.I., like tall basketball player, kind of looking like body frame type of thing. You were kind of like, I feel like if he saw you or whatever, that, he would kind of get into you. And you were like, let's set it up so like you come over and let's see how he responds to you. You know what I'm saying? Because, he said he likes a certain type of, guy or whatever, and you kind of fit that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what it would be, if you were in the mix or whatever. So I was like, okay, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was intrigued by it. And yeah, so we set that up or whatever. So go ahead.
Okay, I mean, Carrie, bitch, because you got the facts. I mean, so what followed? I believe so. So the night that you were planning to come over, we picked you up, and wasn't it him already in the car? He was already in the car, right?
No. We had to go get him, and we had to go get him.
So what are we gonna call? We're gonna call him T.I. We're gonna call him
T.I. Yeah. So we were already.
We'll call him T.I.
Yeah, I remember that we were at your place. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually Halloween night. It was Halloween night.
Yeah.
Because it was a party. It was a party that you had went to, and you had your whole outfit. Yes. And I just want to say that we already knew about magic at this point. We were already we were neophytes. You know, we were neophytes.
We're definitely neophytes, and even here's some other footnotes. So Browse's mother was also one that kind of put us on and kind of gave me a book. She gave me a book.
I debunked that myth, girl. I gave you that book.
Really?
I gave you that book.
You gave me that book?
I gave you that book.
Oh my
gosh. I actually gave you that book. Yeah, I gave you that tea. I gave you that tea. I gave you that tea months ago. It was actually the book Making Magic, and I actually rebought it on eBay. I bought her again. Yeah, because you had lost her or whatever. So I actually bought that book back. Yes, because you know, I was already like into magic or whatever. You know, it was nothing like that. I was like into it like deeply, but you know, I feel like it was a path that was chosen for me.
We're very neophyte.
Yeah, so we were neophyte.
But it's like it was always in us.
It was.
Because when I was growing up, like the shit was just
yes.
You know,
but in that facility,
all these experiences.
And that facility is where we exchanged our things about magic, really, in the facility. But we never acted on it there. But you know, like I introduced.
In the training
yes,
program,
you know, like I introduced. It's kind of like I think I was probably like the one to kind of like break the ice about it, because that's not a conversation that like you just have with anybody. But you know, like I brought it to you that it was an interest of mine and what I knew, and you were like, I'm into that too. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of it was like a mutual understanding when we kind of like confessed it to each other when we met each other, that we're both kind of like magical entities, and it was just something that kind of like bonded us even closer when we met. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't say that we were that close when we first met. Because you know, you were more friends with our dearly departed sister, who's no longer with us, because she was kind of like the bridge that brought us together.
She was the bridge.
She was. But then the magic, I feel like our relation to when we brought it to each other, like, you know, we're both interested in this, it's kind of what cemented that. You know what I'm saying?
And what's very interesting about that too is when we confessed, I think that when we said it, it became you and me more than it became our sister. Like, because her and I was going through shit too.
Yeah. So the tea was also the reason why magic came into an effect with Miss Browse is because that day when I met her, we all slept over in that apartment that we were all to chill and hanging out in that apartment or whatever when we met or whatever, and we all slept over that night at that apartment. And the next day, you know, I noticed that she had the Chi-Quatra tattoo of Charmed, and I asked her, I was like, oh, you're a Wiccan or whatever. So I gave her that tease, and then I related to you, like, oh, this hoe does magic too. So we were kind of like on her, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's the tea that happened. And bringing it forth to the present, as far as like the situation, you had asked her like, oh, you know, so what's tea with all these boys, honey? And she told you like she's getting them through magic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That she's doing magic to get them shits. You know, so I feel like that's kind of like what inspired also all of this, as far as like to bring the situation to yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. So okay, so I put you on. I was like, yes, this boy's over here. I remember that team.
Yes.
This boy's over here. And
so we came over. You was at the party. Then we came back to your place, and Miss Browse already had a boy. Remember, she brought that boy over. She first brought a guy over first.
She brought us
with the glasses.
Wait, hold on, we're like getting too far ahead. Okay. So Browse, now Miss Eyebrows, you have to call her Eyebrows. So Eyebrows brought guy number one over.
Yes.
And guy number one was...
That wasn't the guy that you talked about. That was another one.
That was another one. See, we have to give them that tea. So what are we gonna call guy number one?
Well,
we have T.I. and then we have guy number one. So guy number one is not T.I.
Yeah, we haven't met T.I. yet. I haven't met T.I. yet at this point.
Eyebrows brought number one over just like as a little to do. You know, she met him. She met him online or wherever she met him, and she was like, "Okay, he's gonna come over first, and we'll just." Because she was trying out their vibes, I guess, and probably gave her some dick too. I ain't mad at her. But she was like bringing them over, kind of hanging out with them, introducing them to us, kind of showing off a little bit, and then, you know, they would like hang out or he would leave. So guy number one came over and he was really cool. Do we want to give all that feedback or like what happened?
Well, I remember specifically like when he introduced himself to you, like he gave you a kiss on your hand. I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
he was giving you gentleman tease.
Oh shit, I was gonna say my ex's name. My boo at the time, yeah, he saw it and he wasn't happy.
Yeah. So they hung out or whatever. And in that midst, Eyebrows found out that T.I. was ready to hang out. So we ended up taking Glasses back to his house, number one.
Number one.
Yes, we took, and I remember.
That is filler cheese. I don't even feel like that's necessary.
Okay, well, but you said about how we picked up T.I. So after we dropped this guy off, then we went to go pick up T.I.
Okay.
And then we brought T.I. back.
It was just us in the car. Was it Eyebrows in the car too, or no? Because I don't remember him being there.
I think it was just you, me, and your bae. I don't know. Eyebrows probably didn't come with us.
He didn't come, but we went to pick up T.I. So you and T.I. were in the backseat like by yourselves for a while, and then we stopped at Walmart too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did stop at a Walmart. We didn't talk. Yeah, but we were introduced or whatever. We introduced like hi, whatever. Yeah.
So we end up coming back to my place after picking up T.I.
Yeah, and he was cute. He was cute. I was attracted. I was attracted.
He was cute at the time. At the time. So fast forward, let's just skip ahead and say, because y'all had, like, after a while, T.I. started coming around more. He became, like, the extra, you know, or did he? I think he came out, like, 2 more times, because we ended up smoking with him, and he didn't speak the entire time.
That was all that same night. That was all that same night.
Oh, okay, wow, it seemed like so much.
Yeah, that was all that same night. I only met her that
one time. I remember why.
You hung out with her more. You hung out with them more. You hung out with them, like, 3 or some times before I got the phone call, and then I came and met him that first time.
So the reason that we ended up smoking with T.I. alone was because Eyebrows, messy ass boy, you know, her boyfriend had came by to visit her, and she asked to she keep T.I. in my place. So me and Raina were already there, and it's like, okay. So he came in and he was like, you know, do y'all smoke? We're like, yeah, of course. So he ended up like rolling a joint, and we were like all smoking. But he was like super quiet at the time. So now we need to get to the magic. Let's get to the point of the magic. So you guys had met. You found him attractive. And then we were like, you know what, bitch? We need to do a spell to... Did we do it that same night, or did we do it? We did it that same night.
Yes. Okay. So
we wasn't playing no games.
No, and it was because, you know, Eyebrows kind of inspired us, because it's like, okay, she did this magic to pull these boys or whatever, so we're gonna do our own magic or whatever. So yes. So that night, you know, when I met T.I., I was attracted. You know, he was on my mind. You know, because he was cute or whatever. He was like my type at the time or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And He wasn't giving me any type of like life like that. Like I wasn't expecting to pull him. I wasn't. I
He
was just
wasn't giving her any sort of
yeah. He was kind of
attraction.
like
Like
chilling. We were chilling
just chilling.
and
And footnote tease. I want to throw this in here real quick. So we did not like when we planned to do this ritual for like bringing the boys or love, our first love ritual. We wasn't planning on him.
no, we were
We never.
not.
It wasn't like we said, "Oh, like let's get him in specific." I told my sister who this boy was because I was like seeing him and hanging out with him, and Eyebrows was dating him on the side. So it's like, okay, that's key to tell my sister, come see this for yourself, kind of thing. So she didn't even know him. We didn't even decide like, oh, it's worth it for us to do this ritual for him. But
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Eyebrows then told us, you know, back in the day, not back in the day, but like prior, she had mentioned to us that she's dating all these people or pulling all these boys because she did a love song.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh shit, we should try it. Okay.
Yeah, but you know, like for me, like the guy was in my mind, like he was, but not like oh my god, but like you know, it was there because he was attractive or whatever. And I just didn't see it for them. I honestly didn't. I didn't see it for them. I'm like, what?
I mean, he had a boy. Eyebrows had a boyfriend, girl.
Exactly. So it's like, what, girl? So go ahead.
You carry her because you remember more.
Well,
you're like getting all the
well,
you're giving all the tea because I feel like I'm missing.
Because what's missing?
I feel like I'm missing my part.
Oh, you are? Well, no. So you know, after we hung out with them or whatever, we done smoked with them or whatever. We came back to your place. And bitch, we was ready to do that ritual, honey. We were like, girl, let's do this spell. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's do her. I don't remember exactly, you know, the whole conversation, girl. It was a long time, very long time ago, over a decade ago. But we decided to do the ritual. And we laid out the implements on the floor. And I remember specifically we had that like bowl. It was a bowl, like a foam bowl, a foam white bowl.
A plastic bowl. Okay, wait a minute. This is very important. A plastic bowl and a Glade candle.
A Glade candle and a sheet of paper. And we had sheets of paper. And it was one of those spells that you basically write all of the qualities that you are looking for in a partner. And you know, both of us, we both had our sheets, and we were writing down, you know, the qualities and things like that. Yes, and you know, calling on the energies and focusing, you know, us being neophytes, you know, just getting into it and getting into the trance. And you know, I don't remember exactly what else we did, but we did end up lighting the papers on fire. And then, you know, we put it on the bowl.
We put it inside the plastic
bowl. Inside the bowl. And tell them what happens, sis. Give them the tea, girl.
Okay. Beautiful. So as the flame mixes with the plastic of the bowl and the paper is being consumed and the bowl is being consumed up in flame, like it all sort of swerved and came together to make literally an ash rose.
Yes.
A rose.
A beautiful rose. So like just beautiful. Petals.
Petals, bitch. Yeah, them petals were clear, and I could see so clearly.
Yes. And you know, I do want to say right quick.
It was our first message. Huh?
I do want to say that like
I feel like that was our go ahead, bitch.
I'm sorry. Because I do want to say like during the burning, you know, I wasn't visualizing a specific person. I was visualizing different, you know, like kind of like that faceless trade, you know, like just that the height, the body build, but not a particular face. But I do have to say that T.I. did pop up in there while I was visualizing. You know, things like that do happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's like natural.
It's natural.
He did pop up. You liked him.
Yes.
And he popped up.
So what were you visualizing? Do you remember what you were visualizing when you were it was burning and you were just focusing?
I think I was seeing kind of, and you said this, and your ass has to stop giving these girls so much lingo because not everybody's gonna understand it. But my sister said she was thinking of faceless trade. So what she means by that is like trade means like a guy, a masculine guy.
Right.
So I was also visualizing. Now, mind you, I was messy at the time too because I had a boyfriend at that time. But see, we were having our issues, and yeah, I was just kind of like, I probably need something else. Being young and immature and just wanting to experience all you can at the time. So I'm like, put that energy out there, you know, just focus on like the quality. So I kind of visualize more the physical and kind of like us being in moments of intimacy and romance, kind of that thing. And yeah, that's just kind of where I was. And yes, she manifested metamorphosized and gave us that beautiful, that was the first message I had like.
Beautiful.
Because, you know, when you do magic, like we do magic every day. Like it's not saying we, but it's like people, you know, in general, like whether they realize it consciously or not, like you're putting intent out there consistently because nothing is separate. You know, magic is not some uwu in the sky that, oh no, like there's levels to this. And when you sit there and you visualize and you concentrate and you meditate and you exert your will and you trance, okay? Because we was trance the fuck out, bitch, in that shit. Okay, high, yes, on the 420.
Yes.
Trance out in that ritual. And for us to receive that message, that was like the first confirmation for me, like spirit was real and like this shit is happening, you know?
Yeah.
And shortly after, go ahead, shortly after, tell them what you did, so.
Okay, so we did the ritual. We did that ritual, you know, saw the beautiful rose, and days went on. Like I came back home or whatever. Time continued. I forgot about T.I., you know, all of that or whatever. Maybe like a month or two passed by. And one day, you know, this was quite some years ago. So this was before Instagram, before Facebook, before probably, well, MySpace existed, but there wasn't really avenues.
Yeah, it was
it was very limited avenues of meeting other guys specifically. So yes, I did call a party line, okay. A party line or whatever, and that's the place where, you know, you call in and you kind of chat with random people or whatever. And I was, you know, in one of the rooms or whatever, and I was flipping through the guys. So basically hearing their profiles. And
lo and behold.
Yeah, and you know, my profile was my description or whatever, my physical description, and I received a message. I don't remember if it was that I received the message or I heard him first, heard his. I don't know how it was, but he asked me, "Did I know?"
He hit you up first, and then he asked you.
He said,
"Do you know?
Do I know Raina, honey? Do I know Raina?" That's what he asked me. Do you know Raina? And I was like, Who are you? Who are you? I was like, what? Who is this person? Like just like that, girl. Just like that. I called this chat line. I call this chat line randomly. I'm bored at home. Like, chat, let me call it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I go through profiles and randomly, like, this guy hears my voice.
You receive a message, and mind you, the automator back then, you know, was this guy with this old raspy, sexy voice trying to give you sultry teeth, and he used to, and like, he'll tell you like. He will tell you like
you have a message from.
You receive a message from, and then you just hear the guy say, "Oh, do you know Raina? Like, you know somebody named Raina?"
Yes.
Yeah, he was talking about me. He was talking about me.
Yes.
So that was like the beginning of it all.
Yes.
That was, so, and this was after some months had passed.
Like 2 months. Like 2 months. Yeah. Yeah. I would say if we did that ritual Halloween, like December type was when we met. Like around December. Yeah. And we met, like from that chat line, honey, we linked up and we had a somewhat type of relationship for 3 years. And yeah, that right there is the story, girl. I mean,
Yes. Our first story
You
time
know?
ritual and the results. I think, okay, so what are you, what are 5 things you would say you really gained from that experience? And then I'll share mine.
Well, I gained like it was just I don't know. It was a magical experience, and it was the first like wow that I received the magic. You know, I have done little light spells at home, you know, throughout high school and even middle school, but they weren't either effective or they were just, you know, I was just going through the motions, not really knowing, but I had the passion of magic in me. You know what I'm saying? But I was a child. So when I met Raina, it was, you know, very early 20s, honey, like literally 20. Okay, when
Like
I met you, yeah.
yeah.
And whatchamacallit, like it was just the natural progression of things. Like I feel like she came into my life at the right time where you know we both kind of like kick-started our magical journey, you know. But we had the solid foundation, you know, where we quickly bonded on it. We quickly bonded because of the foundation that we both had. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we came together and we took it to the next level, and we've kind of like gone through it together since then, you know, and shared our experiences with each other and done magic together and just like evolved and discovered things together, you know. So yeah. That right there.
Absolutely.
I don't even
Absolutely. I think you just hit it on the head, honey. You don't even need the 5. But yeah, guys, that is our story time. Listen, we talk so comfortably with each other, and then we get on the line with you guys, and we're just like, yeah, we just go totally this lingo. So yeah. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, what did I do?
These kids know what time it is.
Oh, they do.
These
a lot
kids,
of the girls, especially the
you
girls
know what time. Yeah, please. These girls be knowing. Y'all hoes be on IG over here talking like some butch queens, honey. Y'all know what that is too, okay? They better stop. But
yes.
But yes, kids, and y'all need to check out that note, check out the Big Cartel, honey. Get into that Big Cartel, girl. We have spell work. 2 witches, honey, doing spell work on your behalf, girl, to bring what you desire into manifestation. Bitch, be ready for work, honey, because we don't play. If you contact Raina Tees for spell work for us to do the shit, be ready to pay and be ready to work. Because we're not here for the bullshit. That's for the spell work, okay? We also have spell boxes, custom spell boxes for love, bane, money, cleansings. Okay? Spell work at home where you perform. All you got to do is light them candles, honey, and visualize, girl. We will set up everything for you, guided by Raina Tees. Okay? So we have that as well. We also have readings. Readings for the children, okay? Where we lay out truths, knowledge, and wisdom from the spirits to you. Okay, we have
the tarot cards. Bitch.
Yes, through the tarot cards, and also intuitive, empathic, telepathic,
mediumship, charium.
Hello.
Channeling.
What? And we also have candles charged and blessed. Okay, love work. We got Bane, magic, all of it on the Big Cartel. So definitely go and check her out. More videos coming, girl. And is there anything else you need to tell the kids?
No. Have a good night.
All right.